Let us think of a world where your thoughts are no longer private, where your innermost feelings, memories, and secrets can be transmitted or stolen without a single word spoken. What if the boundary between your mind and another person's vanished, not in fiction, but through the relentless march of science and technology? We stand on the brink of a revolution, the dawn of true mind-to-mind communication, one that promises connection beyond language, understanding beyond empathy. But as we reach for this extraordinary frontier, we must ask, are we opening doors to a new era of enlightenment, or unlocking Pandora's box, the chaos of a society where thoughts are no longer our own? The most profound secret we might soon uncover is that the greatest power lies not in machines or weapons, but in the silent, invisible realm of the human mind itself. Try to see in your mind a day in the near future, an era where the divide between people dissolves and the silent whispers of thoughts become whispers shared effortlessly across minds. No spoken words, no body language, just a direct, instantaneous transfer of ideas and emotions created and received within the neural fabric itself. At first, this seemed like a fantasy, a poetic science fiction trope. But now it's inching toward reality, fueled by relentless scientific curiosity and technological innovation. The story began with a spark of possibility. In 2014, an experiment bridged two human minds separated by thousands of miles, India and France, who communicated simply by thinking. Neural signals were captured, transformed into binary code, and sent through the internet. The experiment proved that transmission of words, a primitive form of direct mental communication, was feasible. It was a glimpse into a future where the mind's inner dialogue could be shared directly, bypassing the limitations of language, fatigue, and misinterpretation. Today, that future seems even more tangible. Cutting-edge systems like BrainNet and other neural interfaces are paving the way for shared cognition. Imagine a team of scientists working together, subjects' brains connected like a neural hive mind, solving complex problems, or composing symphonies in harmony, thoughts intertwined and synchronized through technology. Artists could paint with their minds, athletes could enhance coordination through shared mental states, and emergency responders could operate seamlessly in chaotic environments, all enabled by the intricate decoding and transmission of neural signals. But the marvels come with profound questions. As we unlock the ability to decode mental states, what safeguards protect the core of our individuality? How do we prevent intrusions, be they accidental or malicious, that threaten to harvest our innermost thoughts? Neural hacking could become the new frontier of cybercrime, where private memories, hopes, or fears are stolen, leaked, or weaponized. Imagine a future where manipulative entities could alter perceptions or emotions without consent, or where authoritarian regimes leverage such technology to suppress dissent or influence public opinion. The line between defense and attack blurs further when considering military applications. Neural interfaces could give soldiers instantaneous situational awareness, allowing for silent communication and coordinated maneuvers that outpace any current technology. Drones and autonomous vehicles could respond directly to human commands, conveyed through neural signals, faster and more intuitive than any remote control. But this remarkable power raises red flags. Will soldiers be subjected to mind control or brain manipulation? Can we ensure that such deep access doesn't turn into a weapon of Orwellian surveillance, monitoring thoughts and intentions without individuals' knowledge? The ethical landscape here is treacherous, demanding rigorous debate and regulation. Beyond warfare and technology, these developments challenge the very essence of what it means to be human. If our thoughts can be shared, merged, or influenced, what happens to our sense of self? The age-old question, who am I, takes on a new urgency. Would future humans be isolated individuals or collective consciousnesses? Could entire populations hook their minds together, creating a cybernetic hive mind that transcends individual limitations? Such a union could foster unprecedented empathy, understanding, and collective problem-solving, transforming society into a higher-order intelligence. Or might it threaten privacy, diversity, and personal sovereignty, boiling down to a loss of authentic identity? The societal ripple effects are staggering. Inequality could either intensify or diminish. Will access to neuroenhancement and mental connectivity be a privilege of the wealthy, creating a neuro-elite? Or will these tools become democratized? Could we advance so far that the rich augment their minds while the poor remain disconnected, deepening social divides? Conversely, universal access might uplift marginalized communities, empowering those with disabilities to participate fully in society. Culturally, changes are inevitable. Language, tradition, and even morality could be reshaped as direct mental links become commonplace. Tales of empathy might be replaced by shared experiences, but new conflicts, those arising from the inability to hide one's thoughts, may also emerge. Society must grapple with questions like, should certain thoughts be private? How do we protect mental boundaries? What rights do individuals have over their neural data? Philosophically, we stand on the precipice of a new frontier. If consciousness can be accessed, manipulated, or shared, what does it mean to possess free will? Could consciousness itself be viewed as a fluid, interconnected network rather than a solitary experience? Will the essence of personal authenticity survive such transformations, or will it dissolve into a collective membrane of shared thought? The moral compass guiding this voyage must be forged before the technology becomes widespread. Policymakers, scientists, and society at large must engage in continual dialogue, crafting laws and ethical frameworks to safeguard mental sovereignty, prevent misuse, and ensure that this power is wielded responsibly. The risks are immense. A breach into someone's mind could be more invasive than any physical assault, and once neural data becomes a commodity, controlling access and ensuring consent will become critical. Privacy, long cherished as a fundamental human right, may need to be redefined. Will it be enough to secure the body when the mind is vulnerable? Will new international treaties be required to regulate the deployment of neural technology across borders? And how do we ensure that the powerful do not manipulate or control others' inner worlds for their own gains? The risks are immense. A breach into someone's mind could be more invasive than any physical assault, and once neural data becomes a commodity, controlling access and ensuring consent will become critical. Privacy, long cherished as a fundamental human right, may need to be redefined. Will it be enough to secure the body when the mind is vulnerable? Will new international treaties be required to regulate the deployment of neural technology across borders? And how do we ensure that the powerful do not manipulate or control others' inner worlds for their own gains? Beyond these immediate concerns lie deeper philosophical questions. Will access to our mental landscapes diminish the mystery of human consciousness? If we can upload memories, share feelings, or even insert artificial thoughts, what remains uniquely ours? Could humans evolve into hybrid beings, part biological, part digital, blurring the line between organic life and artificial augmentation? Might future generations view the notion of a self as a dynamic, collective construct rather than an isolated entity? The implications extend into daily life. Imagine children growing up with their minds interconnected with teachers or peers, learning through shared thought rather than traditional instruction. Or imagine a society where conflicts are resolved not through debate, but through mutual understanding facilitated directly in the neural realm. These are exciting possibilities, visions of empathy and cooperation reaching heights previously unimaginable. Yet we must tread carefully. The allure of decoding and sharing consciousness might overshadow the importance of safeguarding human dignity. As with any powerful technology, the potential for misuse is significant. Just as the internet requires regulation to prevent abuse, neural interfaces demand a new set of laws, ethical standards, and cultural norms to protect individual sovereignty. In the final analysis, we are at a crossroads. We hold in our hands the extraordinary capacity to transform what it means to be human, to expand our understanding, to forge new connections, and to build a collective consciousness that transcends physical and psychological barriers. But with great power comes great responsibility. Will we choose to develop and deploy these capabilities with caution, humility, and respect for human dignity? Or will curiosity, ambition, and competition lead us down a path of unintended consequences, where the very fabric of personal identity unravels or becomes manipulable? As we stand on the precipice of this neural revolution, the question remains, are we prepared to navigate the ethical, social, and philosophical terrain ahead, to ensure that our pursuit of knowledge enhances our humanity rather than undermines it? The story of the mind is only beginning, and the pages we write in the coming years will determine whether this journey leads to enlightenment, unity, and growth, or to fragmentation, control, and loss of the sacred inner sanctuary that makes us human. As we peer into the future of the mind, a realm where thoughts can be shared, manipulated, and perhaps even merged, we face a chilling realization. We have the unprecedented ability to rewrite the very nature of human existence. The true revolution isn't just about technology, but about who we are as individuals. Will we build a collective consciousness of empathy and understanding, or unleash a Pandora's box of control, division, and loss of privacy? The ultimate question remains: when the silent voice of the mind becomes public property, will humanity's greatest achievement be enlightenment, or its greatest downfall? Because in the end, the most startling truth is this: perhaps the greatest frontier isn't out there in space or in cyberspace, but deep within ourselves, waiting to be unlocked and forever changed.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe so you don't miss out on future ideas that challenge us to think outside the box. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, and don't forget to always maintain that curiosity that drives progress. Also, explore even more fascinating content on our channel. From life-changing tips and cutting-edge technology, to the mysteries of spirituality, travel to various countries, delicious recipes, health hacks, and language learning, there's something here to spark your curiosity and elevate your life. Dive in and discover a world of knowledge awaits us.